Alright, hi guys. So let's start the next episode of 5 PYQs in 5 minutes, through which we are revising ultra important topic for examinations like FMG, NEET PG, and NICT. The first question for the day is going to be about a 50-year-old gout patient on anti-gout medication which act by decreasing uric acid level. So remember, a drug that is decreasing uric acid level by decreasing the production. So you can decrease the level. How can you decrease the level? You can decrease the level by multiple ways. One is by decreasing the production, okay, by increasing the excretion, उसको हम बोलते हैं यूरिकोस्यूरिक ड्रग. Other way is by increasing the metabolism. So increasing the metabolism means breakdown of uric acid into water soluble metabolite, right? So that is going to be your recombinant uricase, right? So among the given choices, which of the following drug is given? Colchicine, remember, anti-inflammatory drug. Allopurinol is the correct answer. I think all of you guys have got this already. This is one of the xanthine oxidase inhibitor. It's also considered the drug of choice in patient of the chronic gout. Probenecid also, it's one of the NSAID. This is going to be also utilized in acute condition. They do not decrease uric acid production. In fact, they have no role on the level of uric acid either by increasing the excretion or decreasing the production. Diclofenac is again one of the NSAID. It's also one of the NSAID. Both of them are NSAID. So this is a quick summary of gout that I have told you a couple of times already in the same series. That gout wale question somehow हर exam में आते ही हैं. First NSAID, except which NSAID, except aspirin, because aspirin itself increases the level of uric acid. If it is non-responsive, NR is non-responsive. In non-responsive cases, we are going to add steroid. Further, if it is further non-responsive, we are going to give colchicine. Remember, colchicine is a much better anti-inflammatory compared to NSAID, but still we are preferring colchicine not as a first line, but again after the steroid. Reason being, they are associated with lots of side effects, right? Like GI side effect, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain, abdominal pain. They can also cause bone marrow suppression, right? Hypersensitivity reaction. All these type of side effect has been reported with this one. Remember, they are one of the drug that is inhibiting the chemotaxis. So again, they are also having anti-inflammatory property. The chronic gout wala jo medication that we have is going to be the one that is decreasing the production. Okay, allopurinol, febuxostat, they both are actually xanthine oxidase inhibitor. Uricosuric drug, they are actually given the name as a uricosuric because they increase the uric acid excretion. Probenecid, lesinurad, benzbromarone, sulfenpyrazone, and other drug that we are having is going to be increasing the metabolism. So we don't have uricase enzyme, so we actually produce recombinant. So recombinant uricase, that is going to be ras buricate pegloticase. They are going to be very fast acting, and because of their very fast onset of action, remember, they are also going to be utilized in tumor lysis syndrome. So this is also one of the questions that has been asked, which of the following anti-gout medication can also be utilized in tumor lysis syndrome. They are faster acting one and they can be utilized. Okay, so this was a quick summary of gout. Let's see the next question. A patient with arrhythmia on antiarrhythmic drug, which of the following drug causes pulmonary fibrosis? So they have asked the same kind of question in multiple ways. Which of the following drug is causing QT prolongation? Sometimes they ask what is the mechanism of action. The name of the drug is going to be amiodarone. Remember, it is one of the class 3 antiarrhythmic drug. It is one of the potassium channel blocker. Okay, now this is associated with some important side effect. तो अगले एग्जाम में क्या आएगा? Which of the following antiarrhythmic drug, I mean आ सकता है, मैंने ये नहीं बोला आएगा, मैं अपने आप को चेंज कर रहा हूँ, आ सकता है. Which of the following antiarrhythmic drug require monitoring of LFT, HRCT, राइट, थायराइड प्रोफाइल, ऐसे करके क्वेश्चन फ्रेम किया जा सकता है. आई मीन बीइंग अगर एग्जामिनर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से सोचा जाए तो ऐसा हो सकता है. तो साइड इफेक्ट दैट इज गोइंग टू बी थायराइड एबनॉर्मेलिटी. नाउ थायराइड एबनॉर्मेलिटी कैन बी इन एनी डायरेक्शन, हाइपर, हाइपो, एनी डायरेक्शन में जा सकता है, राइट. एंड द डिटेल वी हैव ऑलरेडी कवर्ड इन आवर क्लासेस. क्यों ऐसा होगा? हर चीज का डिटेल है, ऐसा कभी नहीं होगा कि क्लास डिटेल नहीं होगा. ये हमें 5 से 7 मिनट में कवर करना है, इसलिए वी आर रनिंग थ्रू. Then remember, they are also going to be associated with QT prolongation because they are potassium blocker, and they are also associated with pulmonary fibrosis. Pulmonary fibrosis, corneal microdeposits, and they are also highly hepatotoxic. Remember, they are going to cause hepatotoxicity. So these are the important. In fact, there are very few studies that say that they are also associated with the gynecomastia. But there was a question that was asked, which of the following is the least common side effect of the same drug? इसी drug में least common, तो उसमें gynecomastia आंसर था. So there are multiple studies. If you're a fan of studying the papers, you can study it out. In some paper they have published about it that yes, it is associated with the gynecomastia. But उस question में जो आया था, which is the least side effect, so that was gynecomastia in that one, right? Now sotalol, it is one of the sotahualol. Sotalol, it is one of the class 2 and class 3 antiarrhythmic drug. Why class 2? Because they are LOL beta blocker. Why class 3? Because they are the one that is also having potassium channel blocking property. So they are having जूअल प्रॉपर्टी। तो मैं क्या बोलता हूं, मेरे स्टाइल से पढ़िए, सोता लाल, सोता हुआ लाल, सोने से पहले ये ऐसा लाल है जो बंद करके सोता है। क्या बंद करता है? पोटेशियम बंद करके सोता है। सोता हुआ लाल बंद करके सोता है, ध्यान रखिएगा, है ना, धोखा हो जाएगा। कैल्शियम चैनल ब्लॉकर इज गोइंग टू बी वेरापामिल, दे कैन कॉज ब्रेडिकार्डिया, they can cause constipation. In fact, constipation associated with verapamil has also been one of the PYQ. Quinidine, it is one of the class 1A anti-arrhythmic. They can cause QT prolongation. They can be associated with your GI side effect. QT prolongation, GI side effect. Other side effects are also there. But do remember, they are just quick summary to pick up the important questions of these from these ऑप्शंस दैट वी हैव. करेक्ट आंसर फॉर दिस वन इज गोइंग टू बी एम्योट्रॉन. तो आने वाले एग्जामिनेशन में प्लीज ध्यान रखिएगा कि क्या क्या मॉनिटरिंग करोगे. सो यू आर गोइंग टू रिक्वायर मॉनिटरिंग of thyroid function test, or you need to require serum TSH level, or you need to do LFT because they are causing hepatotoxicity. You need to keep an eye on the ECG as well, and you can even keep an eye on HRCT if the person is having pulmonary symptom. तो ये potential MCQ हो सकता है आपके एग्जामिनेशन का. 3-month-old patient presented with a paroxysm of cough and apnea. TLC is 50,000. Okay. Absolute lymphocytosis, right? So किधर जा रहा है? This is actually going towards pertussis, right? And for that we have the drug that is macrolides. Macrolide is something that can be utilized, and remember, macrolide is the drug of choice for that, for this case scenario. So again, to the point, drug of choice पूछ रहा है, केस दे दिया, 3 month का बेबी है, safest drug is going to be azithromycin. A diabetic patient with hypertension was started on ARB. Now this question I say classically, typically they have taken a paragraph of Goodman-Gilman and they have just done a little bit of changes and they have given the same question. क्यों? पहले मैं आपको बुक का दिखा रहा हूँ. देखिए, Goodman-Gilman 14th edition, page number this, and they have said, right, ये सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन पूरा एज इट इज मैंने कॉपी पेस्ट कर रखा है यहाँ पे. एंड आई विल टेल यू व्हाट वी डिस्कस यूजुअली. Losartan is a competitive inhibitor of thromboxane A2. Yes, that is why they have anti-platelet property. They attenuate the platelet aggregation. Yes. तो सबसे पहले तो which of the following is true? ये हमने सर सही मिल गया. लो साटन में बोलता हूं ये हर चीज को लो करता है. ओके सर, क्या लो करता है? इट इज लोअरिंग द यूरिक एसिड लेवल. ओहो, losartan, not very difficult to remember. Losartan, it lowers the प्लेटलेट एग्रीगेशन. ओके, लोअरिंग द प्लेटलेट एग्रीगेशन. losartan, इससे आसान क्या है? अच्छा, ये losartan लो बीपी को भी तो करेगा. एंड दे ऑल्सो लोअर द एलडीएल लेवल. स्टडीज हैव शोन दे आर ऑल्सो लोअरिंग द एलडीएल लेवल. तो losartan हर चीज को लो कर रहा है. प्लस एक और लो है इसके साथ, इट इज हैविंग द lowest T half life among the ARB. Rare, right? 3 to 4 hour hardly. Lowest T half life. So losartan के साथ हर चीज लो है, right? And this is going to be preferred in gout also. Now other option, candesartan clearance is affected by hepatic insufficiency but not in renal. ये उल्टा कर दिया है. देखिए, candesartan is affected by renal insufficiency. ठीक है. telmisartan is cleared from circulation mainly by biliary secretion. That is why we also say that, remember, read option C. Telmisartan is one of the drug that is going to be safe in renal failure. So there are only few drugs among the RAS system inhibitor which is safe in renal failure. Among the RAS system inhibitor मैं बार बार बोलता हूँ कि never forget FMT drugs, right? मेरे स्टाइल से पढ़िएगा, pharma will be on your tip of tongues, right? FMT drug का मतलब क्या हुआ? Fosinopril, Moxapril and Telmisartan. ये तीनों ड्रग के बारे में इसमें remember we do not require dose adjustment. तीनों का नाम मैं फिर से लिख दे रहा हूँ. ये होगा Fosinopril, एस इनहिबिटर हो गया. ये होगा Moxapril, also एस इनहिबिटर, एंड T स्टैंड फॉर योर Telmisartan. तो दो ARB हैं, सॉरी, दो एस इनहिबिटर है, एक ARB है, that is going to be your Telmisartan. I hope it is making sense to all of you, right? Next, it's going to be a patient of OP poisoning was started on atropine infusion, okay, and praliloxime. Okay, so atropine में praliloxime भी देते हैं, no problem about that. He developed high grade fever. Okay, so atropine के बाद high grade fever, very common side effect. उसको बोलते हैं हम क्या? Atropine fever. So atropine fever is a very common problem that has been encountered with atropine. Atropine is a non-selective muscarinic antagonist. Other problem can be increase in the heart rate. Other problem can be mydriasis. So atropine के toxicity वाले जो भी side effect होते हैं वो सब आ जाएंगे. इसीलिए मैं बोलता हूँ atropine को atropine नहीं बोलना, मेरे स्टाइल से पढ़िए. atropine को बोलते हैं atopine. Everything will be on the top. Body temperature on the top. Heart rate on the top. Pupil size on the top. Okay, so remember, this is going to be a side effect of the atropine, right? So this was 5 different topics that we wanted to discuss in our this session, right? Please, you can download the previous episodes also on this Telegram. यहाँ पे सारे PDFs available हैं, and you are requested please to like, share and subscribe so that we can continue to make such content for all of you guys. Thank you very much. I'll see you in my next episode.